Hello and welcome to Capes on the Couch, where comics get counseling. I'm Anthony Sitko.
And I'm Dr. Issues.
This is another Creators on the Couch episode, and we are so blessed and lucky to have with us the wonderful and hilarious Miss T. Franklin. T, thank you so much for taking the time tonight to speak with us.
Thank you for I'm hilarious. Well, damn. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are absolutely hilarious. If you've ever followed her on Twitter or if you've read the work that she did on the Harley Quinn animated series comic adaptation, which is basically season 2.5 of the show, you know just how funny T is. And I've been trying to get you on the show for a while, and I'm glad we were finally able to make this happen because we are doing a giveaway. We have donated towards a giveaway with SmartCrutchUSA that T has been spearheading to provide various crutches, forearm crutches, and mobility aids in connection with the upcoming release of Edge of the Spider-Verse, which T has co-written, at least part of issue number 4. Featuring Sun Spider, who is one of the many spider personas in this series. And Sun Spider does use forearm crutches and has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So we're going to talk a little bit about Sun Spider in a bit. We're also going to talk about poison ivy and everything else. But first, again, T, thank you so much for joining us. For background on our listeners, how did you get started in writing comics?
I used to be a comics journalist, and I noticed, like, I used to read comics before, but marriage and kids and stuff like that, so you have to prioritize whatever. So when I got back to comics, I noticed that it wasn't just superheroes. It was romance, it was horror, it was sci-fi, it was like everything. And I found Nailbiter, which I love. Image Comics, Nailbiter, Joshua Williamson, Mike Henderson, and I am blanking on the colorist. But comic, in noticing that everything was still predominantly white after all this time, I created my website and I decided to just focus on marginalized creators. And Joshua Williamson and I went to interview him at New York Comic Con. And before I even got to sit down, he was like, I'm giving you 4 pages. And I was like, wait. My exact words were, I can't write. I don't know why I said that. But he just looked at me like, yeah, whatever. Go downstairs and find you an artist. And I did. And Juan Ferrero, who, oh my goodness, Green Arrow, he's currently on, what is that, Spider-Man? No. Oh my God, I don't know. But he was my artist. I had 4 pages. Gail frickin' Simone was my editor. And Taylor Esposito from Jersey was my letterer. And that is how I got started writing comics.
So you started off with like an A-team, because like I had the opportunity to meet Gail at New York Comic Con. She is such a sweetheart. She's queen of the internet, queen of Twitter, and it's a shame she doesn't have a blue check. So you started off, your first comic writing was with Joshua Williams and Gail Simone.
Yes, and Juan Ferrara.
Like,
and Taylor.
Wow.
I mean, everybody, like, it's how, like, it's still so surreal. Like, I don't know how that happens, but I'm glad it happens. Those 4 pages were just, that was like the wildest bleep I've ever written at the time. No, literally. Honestly, that was my second story I wrote. Ever.
Wow.
And it sold out. You cannot buy. It was in Image Comics. No, it was in Image Comics Nailbiter 27, and you can't find it anywhere. And it's some of my gorgeous work. Ooh, so bloody.
Yeah, you did mention, I think it was on Twitter just today, you said, how much you love writing horror and, you appreciate the romance stuff, but you want to write more horror stuff.
Yes.
Is that a genre just in general, whether it's comics or movies or whatever, that you're really into is horror?
That is my favorite. the first book that I can literally remember reading was it, the hardcover, and I was like 8, 9. hmm And I
You
fell in
really
love.
don't half-ass anything, do you?
No.
I appreciate. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna jump in on this. This is probably. I'm not a professional interviewer or anything like that, so this is just gonna be me kind of fanboying. So, considering I have a 10-year-old daughter, and at this point, her morbid sense of humor and macabre, just in general, she's really attracted to those sorts of things. And as a parent, I think to myself, man, am I doing this too young? And then I realize, wait, I did it when I was that young. And so for you to say that out loud actually makes me feel 10 times better. So thank you.
I mean, listen, for me, like I had a lot of horror and trauma in my life. So for me, it was a joke,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh, that's fantasy. Yeah, ha ha. But have you ever blah, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah, 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 blah.
Right. Right.
Right.
You're
So for
absolutely
me,
right. Yep.
it's like, it's nothing. So I do like I don't know, maybe I like inflicting trauma on people. Maybe. I don't know. Subconsciously. Maybe.
Mm,
Damn. See, this is the existential crisis of the
mm.
weed happening.
Hey.
But I love horror. It is my comfort place. It
Well,
makes me happy.
well, it's an emotional catharsis, I would say, probably, sort of internalizing some of all of your historical trauma that you said you've experienced, and then getting to return that in a fictional manner where no one is legitimately getting hurt. It allows you to reverse the role a bit and experience some of those feelings without doing it to people, because I, you know, I would hope at least that you would feel terrible if you were doing it to somebody real. But if you're doing it to a fictional character, well, it doesn't really matter, kind of deal.
So you just blew my mind. What strain is that? Because I want some. Like that
Hey.
is so deep. That is literally it. Like it's just I can't hurt you. This
Well,
is
he's the
one
mental health
person.
professional. I'm just the guy who likes comics, but
Look, people have been doing this stuff though way before I was ever born. So it's not like we're saying anything that's new.
fair.
That's the whole point of fiction though. It's taking the mental reality and putting it in a place that's safe. It's all good.
Yes. I love
Exactly. Writing is a safe space for you, and it allows you to explore those things and
Mhm.
get away with stuff that you wouldn't actually be able to get away with. Whether
Oh, tell
it's
me
writing
about
stories, or you have people singing songs. You
tell
know,
me about it. I in juke joint. Yeah, the people that died, that was definitely my abusive ex-husband. I mean, no, it is not my abusive ex-husband.
It's interesting that you
any
say it that way.
resemblance to
No,
to personas, fictional or real or otherwise, is
yeah.
strictly
You know,
coincidental, and all those
okay, so
disclaimers.
So I'm taking this off on a little bit of a tangent because there's been some times, especially in hip hop nowadays, where it's like police are trying to get people on lyrics. No, you can't no. Do your own homework with that. That's not how this works. You know,
Exactly. It's
leave
just
entertainment where it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
yes.
no one was prosecuting Johnny Cash for actually shooting a man in Reno.
Hello. Like it's make believe. It's a fantasy. Everything. It's acting. Like it's all act. We are actors in a play.
Yeah, Eminem's been rapping about stuff like that. I mean, you go back to listen to Kim back on this
Mm.
first album.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
I
Ooh.
I literally I'm 40 years old. I can't listen to that track because I'm like, it's too much for me. It crosses too much of a line with the
Mhm.
the sound effects and the bleed bitch bleed and everything. I'm just like,
Yeah,
nope,
like
you know
that's
what? I'm good. Give me,
Ah.
like,
like
dial it
I've
back a
never
hair for me and I'm fine. But that track, but that's the point, is no one was going after M. Okay, maybe they were suing him, but no one was criminally prosecuting him for that. But
Mhm.
but black rappers,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, we can go after them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Right.
Usual shit. Just the
Yeah,
usual.
yeah, exactly. So Smart Crutch USA, how did you hook up with them?
That was so weird. I was being, I think this was like probably like the second week of harassment about Sun Spider, but it had gone viral because now they had pages. Well, the main page, and they were being very, very rude and ableist and they were saying a lot of hurtful things, and some disabled people were upset. I've seen some disabled people say some things where they just felt like, if I'm dealing with this in real life and I'm dealing with this online, why do I bother? Right.
Mhm.
So it was just a lot of that going on. And I just, I logged out. I was like, okay, I'm done. We're done. And maybe in the middle of the night, that night or the next night, I logged into my Instagram and I'm just reading comments and I saw Smart Crutch say something like they love it or oh my God, something. And instantly I pivoted because I'm always on it and I am a closed mouth, don't get fed type of person. And I was like, hey, y'all want to do a giveaway? Because if you like it and y'all got crutches, I'm just saying,
Mhm.
promo for you, promo for my book. Let's make it happen. And they wanted to donate a crutch. And I was like, awesome. I got on Twitter and I was like, like it just had got to me because now I'm seeing everything happen again. And I'm like, I was gonna give something away. And now I don't know if I want to because it was just too much. And a couple of people were responding and were like, hey, if you need help with the giveaway, let me know. Steve Marmel, who is one of the executive producers and writers of The Fairly Odd Parents and the rest of those awesome Nickelodeon shows, like he was like, hey, I got you. What do you need? And he donated a crutch. And then Cheryl Bedford of the JTC list of Women of Color Unite, who's also a Black film director, she donated. And then more donations. And then just I had a donor donate 5 crutches. Like it has been so wild. So he went from one crutch to now 22 crutches to give away for disabled people. And I am shout out to the haters because if it wasn't for
Mhm.
y'all, this would not be happening.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, so I'll go flip it a little bit and give some love. So once again, and by the way, none of this, in case people are listening later on, none of this is scripted. I didn't say this ahead of time. She doesn't know I'm about to say this. Okay. So my wife has dedicated her life to special education, things like that. But one of her master's degrees is in assistive technology, meaning for those with disability. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, she's getting her doctorate in education related to special needs in higher education if she ever decides to pivot. Because right now she does special education for preschoolers with autism. So to say that this sort of stuff is near and dear to my heart and seeing it for years upon years, and then my co-host brings this up to me, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is absolutely one of the best things we could possibly do right now. I'll be honest, as morbid as I am, like I generally tend towards being positive when it comes to interactions with people. So I don't understand internet hate. I never have, I never will. I know part of it is because people feel the sense of anonymity, but still, in cases like this, I'm like, you're just looking to better the world a little bit. Is that really something that's worth criticizing? I'm really struggling to understand the basis that people come from with this. So, in case you don't get to hear it as often, and you probably don't, please understand that you have plenty of love here and plenty of support.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
And that's why when I saw this, I was like, well, it was kind of twofold. We get to help people and we could probably get T on the show. That's why I shot T the DM and I said, hey, we're interested. I think this is a fantastic thing. I just want to know how much it is for the crutches to donate. And she gave me the dollar amount. And I texted Doc and I said, listen, we got the funds. Thank you, our patrons. So this is coming right out of the Capes on the Couch finances. And I said, let's absolutely help somebody out because we talk all the time about reducing the stigmas for mental health and it's just as equal for physical health. We don't stand for that ableist talk. We're not about that. We try and be as inclusive as we possibly can. We make mistakes, but we're trying to be good allies and just learn as much as we can and help. And
Yeah, I'll admit, I get to learn the mistakes firsthand. My wife has cerebral palsy, so she had to have surgeries just to be able to walk and things like that. So she's been through so much that I know I've never directly experienced. So anything that I say, I know I'm saying it from a privileged standpoint. I don't take that for granted in any way. So the fact that, once again, this is on so many different levels, as a minority, this is mind blowing for me. I really appreciate all of this.
It's been so. I mean, even just from the gate, even with Harley, like as a black, like it's a black woman, a queer black woman, a disabled queer, an autistic disabled queer black woman is writing friggin'. That was really hard for me to say friggin' Harley Quinn. Like how? I still.
yeah, and I loved it because my wife and we loved the show. So how did you get that gig?
Mark Guggenheim. Wild. Mark Guggenheim and we became friends on Twitter. And one day he DM'd me and he was like, "Hey, I love your stuff. Can I call you?" And we were on the phone and we just chatted for hours. And he was like, "Why aren't you writing for DC or Marvel?" I was like, "I guess because I'm outspoken." I know that's the reason, right? So I'm like, hey, I don't know. And he's like, "Let me email." And he emailed my editor. So Twitter, like you never know. I've made so many relationships from Twitter and it's shit. I've gotten jobs from Twitter. Like Archie congratulated me because Vixen is my favorite character and I finally wrote her and she was on the cover looking all sexy on the scene, like good. And I'm crying, I'm taking a picture, whatever. And I'm just so emotional. And I was high. So, yeah. And Archie, the guy liked the publisher. And I was like, got in the table. I was like, "Hey, y'all looking for people? I'm available." He was like, "I'd love that." And now I'm in New York Times for creating a brand new pansexual character for them. So, yeah,
Like you said, a closed mouth don't get fed.
that's me. I can't tell you some other stuff, but yeah, some other stuff like Twitter. I mean, Twitter is a hell site. Don't get it twisted. But I've gotten so many amazing gigs from Twitter.
That we've gotten a number of creators that have come on the show because of Twitter. And again, to your point, it absolutely can be a hell site. But if you sort of, tailor your feed and you watch who you follow and you keep track of who follows you and you use that mute button and the block button,
Mm-hmm.
you create lists, you tailor it, it can be an incredible resource. And
Yes.
that's how I choose to use it. And I see so many people talking deserved trash about Twitter and everything that it is responsible for, but it's just kind of who I am as an individual that I'm always like, yeah, I see all that, but if it can be used for good, then let's try and see how we can tweak, whether it's the algorithm and getting more people, involved in the moderation and things of that nature. That's a whole other discussion. And none of us are Elon Musk. And thank goodness for that. So now question regarding the Harley book. How much guidance did you have from DC, HBO, Warner Brothers? How much guidance did you have from the creative team on the show or, editorial regarding where you could go and couldn't go?
Not so much guidance, but it was definitely no, you can't do this, no, can't do that, no. But I didn't get a lot of no's. Like it was a few no's, but like now, like writing for Legion of Bats, I'm getting a lot of no's. Not happy, but this is a book. I just, you want to use certain characters. You want to do certain things. They like, we're using this for a show. That's what.
I can imagine it can be tough when you're playing in someone else's sandbox and you're playing with their toys and they're just letting you borrow them for a little bit, so you can't go as far with some of the stuff as you could if it were creator owned or.
Oh my God, yeah. Like, in the sex scenes, it's very do this, do this, do that. I leave it up to the artist. Like, hey, and if you try to stay, the big ass text box somewhere, and I'm like, no, transparent, it's something, right? Like there were scenes where panties were put on at the ends because too much booty crack. Oh my God, like the cover, this cover, right? So this was the second cover, right? So the cover that's on number 1, that's the second cover. This was the first cover. And we were told no. They said nope. I was like, ooh. I was sad though. I ain't gonna hold you. Because I love that cover. The cover was so gorgeous. But they were like, no. Because they didn't want to lead the fans on. And I was like, but they fought.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You're right. Because that gets to the heart of it.
Yeah. But they were like, no. So if it wasn't for the fact that went to print again, that cover, nobody would have seen that cover. It would have been in the basement. So there are like, this is the outline. Like I've already read, like when I already read, issue season 3. Like I read season 3 before it came out, right? And season 4, I read some of season 4, so I can be and prepare to write Legion of Bats. So it's been fun, but it's been like, as a fan, I'm spoiled. And I don't like being spoiled. So if you haven't seen the Harley show, like reading, this last season, reading it and getting to where Harley goes with the Bat fam, I was like I was so upset because I would have loved to have seen it versus reading it. And I'm like, oh man. And I had to take a minute. I was like, I don't want to read it anymore. Because I was pissed, not pissed because she joined, but pissed like, damn. Like there was really nothing spoilery up until that point. Even in the show, it's like, okay, King Shark killed his brother, another brother, right? Like Swamp Thing and Nora and Bruce. Like it wasn't nothing but that.
Yeah.
When she fought, not fought, but when she was like, my girl tripping. Like, I wasn't expecting Ivy to be a villain. Like, not a villain, because she's not a villain. She is an eco-terrorist, right? But I wasn't expecting that level from her, not this quick. So when as a fan, I was like, fuck. But as a writer, I'm like, oh, so it's very.
Yeah. It's a lot of roller coasters. I love the show. I think it has been hilarious from jump. I think it is some of the best versions of the characters that I've read or seen. When I read King Shark now, I hear Ron Funches in my head. I love what he brings, and I love the tweak to the character and just Ron Funches is absolutely hilarious, but just his delivery on certain lines. And then Bane, the entire season trying to get the pasta maker back. And,
if you notice,
I am this credit card's reckoning.
In season 1 or season 2, it was Todd. It was all about Todd.
Yes.
And then now
the streets will run red with Razzie Zazzy.
Exactly. And now it's all the focus is on this freaking pasta maker.
The
So
pasta maker. They have just, and then the version of the Joker where he's the loving stepdad,
Yes.
and like
Yes.
the
Okay.
beauty of it is that it is so out there for the Joker character, and yet if you track the trajectory over the seasons, it is
Yeah.
completely organic.
Yeah.
That is the thing that I love about
That's
it.
yeah. I'll jump in because I'm as Tony knows, Anthony knows, I'm a big Joker head anyway. So that part of it, I'm like, you know, I give credit to anybody that is willing to put that out there and just say, sometimes you just got to go where it's flowing. Don't hide it. Don't hold back. Let's just go down this crazy trip.
yeah, like
So much fun.
pissed. I just tweeted because I just watched the finale, and I was like, "Yo, the fact that y'all made me like Joker and that I would vote for him, it pisses me off because I can't stand him.
Mm.
But I
That's character development. The fact that you go in season 1, you hate Joker,
hate him.
and then everything happens in season 2 with the memory loss and stuff. And then he comes back, and then now he's running from. I haven't watched the finale yet because I've been busy. So that's okay. Don't worry about it.
No, don't worry. Don't worry
I'm not-
about that. Don't worry
I'm not
about
worried
that.
about it. I'm not a spoiler. I'm not like
You ain't got to
super
worry. You ain't got to
spoiler
worry
freak out
about
type
that
person.
with
So
us. Don't worry about
it.
that
No.
with us.
No sweat.
Okay.
But just the fact that he's running for mayor, and they're like, "You're like a socialist." I'm not like a socialist. I am a socialist. And I was like, yes, embrace it.
I really was not expecting that. Reading it, my mouth was like, wait. I'm like, I went back and I was like, wait, what did I miss? What the hell did I miss? And I'm like, it's that damn woman. If that woman didn't piss Joker off so much that was his arch nemesis, and I just love that the arch nemesis is a PTA lady. Like, they did that. They really, really did that.
Yep. Yeah, she's a total Karen, and she's making the jokes about the ethnic food, and I'm like,
And then,
you're going there, and it's
They went there.
beautiful, and it's hilarious.
can we talk about how Catwoman read the room? Like they did. I honestly, people were texting me and it was like, "Did you write that?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't write for the show." But that part where she read the room for Phil, I was like, "Did I write?" Like it literally felt like something that I wrote straight up, and I'm like, "Holy!" She dragged them, and then like that. Like they went on everything. They went there. I mean, they. Oh my God, they made fun of everything.
Yep.
I love it. I love this. I love this damn show.
It's the best version of some of these characters that I've ever read or watched. And, it speaks volumes about the legacy of Batman the Animated Series, that you can take, that those characters are so iconic and those versions of those characters are so iconic. And then you can create something like this, which is so tonally dissimilar from that. And it's on that same level playing field. And then again, for the fact that Harley went from basically a one episode character, just be like, yeah, we need somebody for the Joker, to now everything that Harley Quinn is in the zeitgeist and in pop culture, really just again speaks volumes about that show. And they just celebrated, the 30th anniversary of the premiere. And I'm like, no, not that.
You know what? I'm going to take that even a step further. Yes, I agree about the show 100%. I think characters like Harley, especially, I think they say something about society as a whole. Like people know when they're starving for something once it's shown to them. And that was an opportunity. Everybody said, whoa, hold up. You can't put someone this dynamic out there as like a one-off. Like that's not right.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that enough people on the creative side saw that and said, we got to do something, and when people like T, when people get the opportunity and they just go with it, it is so fun. It is amazing to see.
And when
You
you're
know?
given that freedom to do it as well, that yes, you get the no's and you get the notes. There's restrictions on the playground, but otherwise they go, okay, you can't do X, Y, and Z. Otherwise,
Mhm.
have
Have
at it.
fun. Have fun. Like everything that I did that I finally got allowed to do was just like the whole issue for when Vixen uses her powers, the giraffe. I knew I knew it. I knew I was gonna get pushed back. I knew you were gonna say, bitch, you tripping. And they didn't. They didn't say shit. And I was like, what else can I push? And I kept pushing. Nightfall. Come on. I just found her, right? Like I knew I wanted to give Livewire a boo because, oh my God, Batman the Animated Series. Like I love her. Like I love her. That character, like Girls Night Out, which is issue 6, that was a tribute to cover. I have ADHD, so I'm Livewire, a girlfriend. They didn't say nothing. Like they said, the fact that L is disabled with one leg, nothing. I put disabled people everywhere. They said nothing. Like I had so much support from them, even though I wanted to use certain characters and do certain things. I am beyond proud of everything that we did because it's still a dope. It's gonna be a dope book anyways, which I wrote it. But it's so dope. And I
Stripping
raised
with
so
vitiligo.
well.
I never saw stripping with vitiligo before.
And I pushed it. I took them to the strip club and ain't say I had Cyborg clapping his metallic cheeks on a cover and ain't saying nothing. Clang, clang, clang. Nothing was moving. I'm so high, y'all.
Yo, this is great. This is great.
This is absolutely one of the most
because
fun and hilariously unhinged
because
interviews we've ever had.
it's because it's an opportunity just to get this side of it. I know that there's always a professional side that we have to look at, but just enjoying the moment is a wonderful thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And if there's one thing that Harley knows and loves, it's living in the moment
My baby
and
girl
enjoying that moment.
Woo! My baby girl's chaotic. Baby, when I tell you I had to get into the chaotic mode, I'm very not chaotic, but oh my God. Like, I cannot wait for y'all to see this. I'm not spoiling nothing. But
Okay.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, like I said, I mean, I picked up the floppies, but I have to go and get the trade for the animated series run, and then I will definitely be getting the next.
But this one too, the real sidekicks of New Gotham. Like
That too. Yep.
this was so much fun to write. Like just in general. Like I was high one day and I tweeted how I wanted to do. I love Tawny. Tawny is an underrated character on the show, and I want more of her. So I just tweeted one day how I would love to do like The Walking Dead, The Talking Dead, for Tawny, and just interview the people who was on the episode. You know, I'm just y'all already break the fourth wall, so what's the difference, right? And this book came about, and they were like, "Well, how are we going to connect it?" And I was like, "What do y'all think of?" Da-da-da-da-da. They were like, "Oh my God, that's awesome!" And I was like, "Yeah." So I really it's so freaking cool because there was a lot of stuff that I felt needed to be addressed in the show that they didn't, and it's low key like a little bit of therapy and a few segments, like that whole Giganta and Dr. Cycle thing. Like I was just y'all just dropped the fact that he hypnotized and raped her and got her pregnant and married her. And y'all not like that just felt I did not like that. So I took the opportunity because the book also has the writers from the Harley Quinn show. So they wrote the stories and to connect it to the next story, I just wrote like the talk show thing. And
Okay.
I interview him about what happened inside of the story. But for Dr. Psycho, I was like, did a trigger warning and everything, and I thought DC would be like, no. But I did a little trigger warning. I said, this is about sexual assault. Here's a sexual assault line. If you need help, da 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 da. And then we addressed how he raped, how all of this happened. And then his son addressed what he did.
Yeah.
And it was just really it was like a little mental health, it was like a little therapy session.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that you say that, because even in our show, like, we have skits that we do where usually I end up either doing something stupid or I get hurt or whatever. The furthest envelope that we pushed was an episode where a character basically not only like pretty much killed me, but then like
It was
huh?
It was
I'm
Homelander.
glad you're back.
Yeah, you know it. I
Yeah,
wasn't gonna use the name of the character just for sake. But anyway,
Well, no,
yes, okay.
I figured if T knows who, T
Okay,
knows the boys,
yeah,
T
'cause
knows Homelander.
it's from the boys. Homelander. Okay, I'll just say it. So Homelander, basically breaks my neck and jizzes on my face. Like, that's it. That's what he does. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
He
That
kills
sounds like some
kills
shit
Doc,
he did.
and then
That's the
jerks
point.
off
It fit the
over his
character.
body.
So you would think, because I'm a psychiatrist, I have a professional job and all that. It's like, why would we do something like? It's like, because that's the character. That's the whole point. Once you create something like that, you have to stay true to it. Don't just out of nowhere say like, oh well, I don't know if we can do this or not. It's like, that's not part of the creative process. And if you feel like you need to do something like that, then maybe you need to just, find something else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because he's a piece of shit. Psycho is a piece of shit, but like, he's not going to change. But if I had the opportunity to drag him where the ex-wife can confront this motherfucker and it be canon, bitch, I'm happy. So, like, stuff like that happened in this book. And I really, oh my God, Clay, Annie is back. Oh, I'm spoiling everything. Pick up the book.
Yes,
definitely go out and pick up the book. So we're gonna wrap things up to kind of bring it back to the giveaway a little bit. We're gonna release this like within the next couple of days so that we're still on time for the giveaway. But I got to ask, because there are so many more sets of crutches now, have they extended the deadline?
I have no idea what we're going to do. Today I gave away 2 crutches, but I'm thinking it might go past the 21st, or we'll just do the rest of them on this. I don't know yet. I don't know, but tomorrow I'm picking 4 winners.
So the rules of the giveaway are they're laid out in full on the SmartCrutchUSA Instagram page. So to enter, you have to follow SmartCrutchUSA and Ms. T Franklin, MIZTEE Franklin, FRANKLIN, and SmartCrutchUSA on Instagram and Twitter, and then share the giveaway in your story, and then post a comment on the photo once you have followed all 4 accounts. And then one winner will be chosen each day at random from the folks who have filled all of the requirements. And then each winner can select one set of smart crutches of any size and then choose any decal design available on the website. You can only win one set of crutches, and it's only available to residents of the United States that are 13 years of age or older. So that is the giveaway. Again, we donated money to add a set of crutches to the list, and we're very proud of that. And obviously looking forward to helping get some of these mobility aids in the hands of the folks that desperately need them to again help not just help the people, but kind of promote the book and promote Sun Spider. Edge of the Spider-Verse #4 is coming out the 20th. So definitely I will be swinging by my local comic shop to pick that up. T, you've got that. You've got the sidekicks. You've got the stuff coming out for within the Harley Quinn universe. What else are you working on that you can tell us?
I'm doing another Harley Quinn project for Inside Edition / Simon and Schuster. It is a guided journal to resilience. Those are so much fun to write. There's going to be coloring pages and puzzles and all types of prompts to help you, to become a more resilient person. Basically, it's like, put your boundaries out there. So, Harley slash Harleen is helping y'all with some shit. And then I've got some TV stuff that is on the way that I can't say. Yes. Yes, I got some TV stuff. TV film. Oh my God. TV film, and I got a lot of shit coming. TV film, books, comics. It's coming. The prices
Very,
got
very
up.
busy.
So if you have not gotten me at my Harley Quinn Eat and Kill Tour price, you getting me at my son's Spider price.
Yesterday's price, today's price is not tomorrow's price.
Exactly. Yep. Nope. You got to pay me.
Well, get that paper, girl. Get that paper. Very proud of you. Jersey represent.
Yeah,
that's right.
I put Jersey and everything I do. I'm seeing Jersey.
It's fantastic. So, T, just again, where can folks find you on the internet? Where can they find your hilarity?
So MIZTEE Franklin, like Benjamin. I need Benjamins. Why is that my last name? I don't have none. Anyway, that was such a tangent. But that's my name on like all social media platforms. I think, yes. And my website is teefranklin.com. TEE Franklin.com. That's where you can find me. And in comic shops and Barnes and Nobles and bookstores and Amazon, Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, T, thank you again so much for taking the time to talk with us tonight. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. And like I said, we'll be getting this one out very, very quickly. Quick turnaround, minimal editing. I'll just bleep out the curses. It's fine.
All good.
It's all good. No worries here. Trust. Doc, anything you want to add?
Honestly, no. I'm serious about this. Thank you so much for everything that you put out in the universe, because it really does make the world a better place.
Oh my God, don't make me cry. I'm high. I can cry like really quick. But thank you. Oh
yeah,
God.
Don't make her cry. She's already dehydrated. She don't need more.
I think I'm. Oh no, I do have a little dry mouth. You're right.
Yeah, I was going to say dry mouth, dry eyes. It's bad. It's a bad combo.
I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, y'all! I had so much fun. No,
we have fun, and we'll definitely we'll do this again. I'm sure. T, thank you again for Doc Issues and T Franklin. I'm Anthony Sitko. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you soon.